All right, so in this video, I'm going to start doing notes 8, and we're going to start with solving proportions. So proportions, folks, are two fractions that are equal to each other. And how do you solve a proportion? Well, you're going to do something called cross multiplication. Multiplication. Close enough. Okay, so what do you do to cross multiply? Well, you're going to multiply one numerator times the opposite diagonal, and then the other numerator times its opposite diagonal. So you create a cross. All right, and when you do that multiplication, when we take 3 times 10, I'm going to write out 3 times 10 so you can see that. Then we multiply on the other cross. We've got 5 times x, and miracle, magic, woohoo, love this, no fractions. So that's the great part about cross multiplication is when you cross multiply like this, there's no more fractions anymore. So let's go ahead and solve it. 3 times 10 is 30. 5x is just, well, 5x. We're going to divide both sides by 5. And you are going to be left with x equals a fabulous 6. All right, that's solving a proportion. So let's do the same thing for problem number 2 here. You can highlight the cross if you want to. So we're going to highlight numerator to the opposite denominator, and then numerator opposite denominator. Helps if I can say it right. And then we've got, let's see, 2 times 9 equals 6 times x. Now, which diagonal you write first doesn't matter, right? They're both equal to each other. So let's see. 2 times 9 makes 18. 6x. Let's go ahead and divide by 6. And that's going to get me an x equals 3 for my final answer. All right, so that's so far so good for those two proportions there. We've got number 3 here. I'm going to do the same thing. Numerator times the opposite denominator. Numerator times the opposite denominator. Again, making that cross. So what does it look like? Well, we've got 4 times 3 equals 9 times x. So that's going to be 12 equals 9x. Divide both sides by 9. And here's the deal with this one. Unlike the last two where they divided perfectly, 12 over 9 does not divide so perfectly. But what I can do is, and I'm going to kind of slide this little 12 over 9 over just a little bit so I can fit little writing in here. I can take both of these and divide them by 3. So 12 divided by 3 makes 4. 9 divided by 3 is 3. And I'm going to leave my answer as x equals 4 over 3. And I am quite content with a improper fraction answer like that. All right, last problem here for the proportion section. Now this one's a little bit trickier, simply because this numerator has both an x and the plus 5 in it. So when we talk about cross multiplication, we got to be careful that we're doing this entire numerator times the opposite denominator, and then, right, denominator times numerator that way. All right, so we've got our cross. So when I write this, let's do the easy cross. We're going to do 4 times 3. Right, that's the easy cross. Now the other cross, I need to take, again, this whole numerator times that denominator. So to show that multiplication, I'm not just going to use a multiplication dot. I'm actually going to show that numerator as an entire unit in parentheses. So that does mean I'm going to take this 7 and I'm going to have to distribute it. Okay? So that's going to be our next step here. We're going to do some multiplication. 4 times 3 makes 12. I'm going to go ahead and distribute that 7 in here. So 7x plus 35. And again, no fraction, right? We've simplified out the parentheses, which means we've multiplied. Let's go ahead and solve for x. So subtracting 35 from both sides. So let's see, 7x equals 12 minus 35 is going to be a negative, I'm feeling 23 there. Let's go ahead and divide out the 7. And kind of like the last problem, we did 12 over 9, right? 23 over 7 isn't going to divide perfectly. But unlike the last problem with this 12 over 9, where we could simplify the fraction, I don't know about you guys, but negative 23 and 7, they don't have any common factors. So my answer is just going to be negative 23 over 7. All right. And again, I am completely happy with improper fractions like this. That is my preference, so leave it as is. That's going to be the end of this video. I'll get into the word problem section next. Let me know if you have any questions or concerns on this.